This video didn't find you by chance. It didn't appear in your feed by algorithm. It was called forth by you. It has appeared in your consciousness for one single reason. Your desire is hardening into fact. The wish you've held in your heart is now on a collision course with your reality. You've been taught to seek signs outside of yourself, but the real signs are the shifts that happen within. This moment is one of them. Stay with me until the end, because what you are about to hear isn't just a teaching, it is a remembrance. And by the time this is over, you won't be the person who is wishing anymore. You will be the person who is remembering. You've been taught to believe in a world outside yourself, a world of solid facts and unchangeable circumstances. But that's a slumber, a dream. The real world, the only world, is within you. It's your own wonderful human consciousness. The law isn't about asking or wishing. It's about assuming. What you assume to be true, with feeling, with faith, hardens into fact. It has no choice. Your reality is not dictated by others, by the past, or by evidence. It is commanded by your assumption. If you assume you are struggling, the world dutifully plays out that struggle. If you assume you are blessed, the world rearranges itself to prove you right. This isn't philosophy. This is the operant power of the universe. It all begins and ends with what you are assuming right now. This is the great secret. You are the cause. But what is this you that holds such power? It's not the person you think you are. It's the awareness behind it, your consciousness, the great I am. When you say I am tired or I am successful, you are not just describing a feeling. You are commanding reality. You are attaching a state to the only creative power in the universe, God, which is your own awareness. To be conscious of being poor is to create poverty. To be conscious of being loved is to create love. Look at your life. It is a perfect portrait of what you are conscious of being. The world has no power to decide for you. It only echoes the name you give yourself in the secret place of your soul.
Who are you, really?
The answer to that question is the reality you will experience. Now let's go deeper. This is why persistence is the key. Not persistence in struggle, but persistence in assumption. To feel your wish fulfilled for a moment is a beautiful daydream, but to live in that feeling, to sleep in it, walk in it, breathe it in until it feels more real than your present circumstances. That is creation. Your desire is a promise. It's a reality waiting to be born. Your job is not to make it happen, but to accept that it has already happened in the inner world. You must return to the feeling of your wish fulfilled again and again. What would it feel like if it were true right now? Feel that. That feeling is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not yet seen. Every time you return to that state, you are building the bridge of incidents that will lead you to its physical expression. Think of the outside world as a perfect, flawless mirror. It can only reflect what is standing before it. It has no opinion, no judgment, no preference. It simply reflects the state of your consciousness. If you don't like the reflection, would you try to change the mirror? Of course not. You would change yourself. You would change your posture, your expression. In the same way, you cannot change your world by fighting the circumstances you see. That's just battling a reflection. You must turn inward, go to the source, change the assumption. Assume you are the person you want to be. Feel the feelings of that person. The world, the mirror, must then change its reflection to match your new inner state. It has to. There is no other way. And so the power is not in changing things, but in selecting states. You are not a victim of your reality. You are its selector. Every moment, you are choosing the state from which you will perceive the world. Are you choosing the state of lack, of waiting, of hoping? Or are you choosing the state of fulfillment, of knowing, of being? You already are everything you could ever desire. It exists within you as a potential state of consciousness. The journey is not one of acquisition, but of realization, of remembering who you truly are. But understanding this is only the surface. Now we must explore the tool that allows you to enter any state you choose, your imagination. You call it imagination, but it is the very workshop of God, the one and only creative power. It is not a fantasy, a daydream, an escape from the real world. Oh no, your imagination is the real world, the timeless realm where all of creation begins and ends. Every single thing you see around you, the chair you're sitting on, the room you're in, the world outside your window, was first an imaginal act, an assumption, a feeling. When you form a scene in your mind, you are not pretending. You are creating a fact in the only reality that matters, your consciousness. These imaginal acts are not shadows, they are substance. They are the seeds of future experience. What you do in imagination is not a rehearsal. It is the performance itself, The world of form is merely the stage where your inner creations are revealed. But here is what changes everything. Imagination alone is not enough. You can visualize all day, but if you do not feel, you create nothing. Feeling is the secret. It is the fire that forges the imaginal act into physical fact. The feeling of the wish fulfilled. That is the key. What would it feel like if your desire were true right now? Not in the future, not tomorrow, but now. Would you feel relief, joy, gratitude? That specific feeling is the language your subconscious mind understands. It is the signal you send to the universe. To imagine without feeling is like trying to sail a ship without wind. You must clothe your imaginal scene with the vivid tones of reality. You must make it feel so real, so natural that you can carry that feeling with you out of your meditation and into your day. That feeling is the promise of its fulfillment. Now go deeper. The greatest mistake is to focus on the journey, the process, the how. Your human reason will always try to build a logical path from where you are to where you want to be. But the operant power of I Am knows nothing of process. It knows only the beginning and the end. And the beginning is your assumption. The end is its fulfillment. Your only task is to inhabit the end. Live from the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Don't think of your desire. Think from it. Thinking of it implies it is separate from you, something you are still seeking. Thinking from it means you already are the person who has it. Feel your world from the state of your fulfilled desire. How do you see your friends? How do they see you? Feel that reality. Dwell there. The how is not your concern. The bridge of incidents will appear, naturally and effortlessly, once you anchor yourself in the end. There was a woman who deeply desired to be married. She didn't hope for it or pray for a man to appear. She went straight to the end. Every night as she lay in bed, she imagined a wedding ring on her finger. She didn't just see it. She felt it. She clutched her hand, feeling the smooth, solid band until it became a sensory reality. She fell asleep every night not as a woman who wanted to be married, but as a woman who was married. She was living in the assumption of her fulfilled desire. She persisted in this feeling, this imaginal act, night after night. She wasn't trying to attract a husband. She was simply living in the state of being a wife. And in a way she could not have devised, the outer world conformed to her inner assumption, and she was married to the man of her dreams. Her persistent feeling created the fact. This is the power you hold. You are not a pawn of circumstances. You are the creative power that gives rise to them. Your imagination is the womb of creation, and your feeling is the seed that quickens it into life. You can select any reality, any state, and make it your home through a disciplined, feeling-filled imaginal act. You can have anything you want once you stop wanting it and start being it in your inner world. You are that powerful. But so many try this and fail. They touch the state of fulfillment for a moment, only to be pulled back by the doubts and fears of their current reality. This is where the real work begins, overcoming the tyranny of the senses. So why do so many desires remain unfulfilled? You try to feel it, but the world screams back a different story. Here is the subtle trap. You are living in the state of wanting, not the state of having. To desire something is to be conscious that you do not have it. And since your consciousness is the only reality, you only manifest more wanting, more lack. Your current circumstances feel solid, real, and undeniable. They are the great obstacle, but they are only the harvested fruit of your former assumptions. They are the past. They have no power over you now, unless you give it to them. The moment you give more reality to what you see with your physical eyes than to what you see in your imagination, you have chosen the past over the future. The only obstacle is your loyalty to the world of shadows. Look at your life right now. The bills, the relationships, the challenges. They are not walls. They are echoes. They are memories of a former state of consciousness you once occupied. To fight them, to resist them, to even give them your focused attention is to make them more real. You must turn your back on them, not physically but in your mind, in your feeling. You must starve them of their only life source, your attention. They will scream for it. They will present evidence and proof. But you must know that you are the only operant power. Those circumstances are dead. They are finished. Your imaginal act, your assumption of the wish fulfilled, is the only living thing, and the living will always consume the dead. Persist in your new assumption, and the old world of problems must vanish. Persistence is not a battle. It's not a struggle. It is a gentle, loving return. It's a Sabbath. When doubt creeps in, you simply return to the feeling of your wish fulfilled. When fear whispers in your ear, you go back into your imaginal scene and feel its reality. You do it again and again, not with strain but with joy, with the quiet conviction of a farmer who has planted a seed and knows it will grow. You fall asleep every night in the arms of your desire, feeling that it is already so. This return, this constant dwelling in the end, impregnates the subconscious mind. It is this loving, consistent repetition that convinces the deeper self that the new state is now fact. You are not trying to make it so. You are celebrating that it is so. People ask how long? They are looking at the clock. They are measuring by the sun and the moon, but creation knows nothing of physical time. The only time it takes for a desire to manifest is the time it takes for you to be fully convinced of its reality. The time it takes for the assumption to feel natural. For some, it is a day. For others, a year. The intensity of your feeling and the consistency of your belief are what determine this interval. It is not a test of patience, but a test of faith in your own inner world. Are you truly living in the end, or are you just visiting, then rushing back to check if the seed has sprouted? The moment you stop checking, the moment you live so completely in the feeling of the new reality, that is when it breaks forth into your world. So you learn to ignore the world of the senses and persist in your glorious inner assumption. You understand that your feeling is the creative force. But what if the past has left deep scars? What if past events seem to be the undeniable cause of your present struggles? You have been taught that the past is fixed, a story written in stone. But that, too, is a limitation you have placed upon yourself. There is a power within you that can not only ignore the past but can go back and rewrite it, changing its effect on your present forever. This isn't just about creating a new future, it's about redeeming the past. Here's what changes everything. You believe the past is unchangeable, a solid chain that ties you to your present reality. But in the world of consciousness, there are no fixed laws of time. You have the power not just to create the future, but to redeem the past. This is the art of revision. At the end of your day, you can revisit any event, any conversation, any moment that brought you distress. But you do not revisit it as a memory. You rewrite it. In your imagination, you replay the scene as it should have happened, conforming to the ideal you wish you had experienced. You revise it with feeling until this new imaginal memory feels more real than the old one. This is not forgetting. It is forgiving in the truest sense. By changing the past within you, you sever its connection to your present, and its bitter fruits will no longer grow in your future. Now go deeper. You look out at the world and see billions of separate people, each with their own will. But this is the grand illusion. There is no one to change but self. Everyone in your world is a reflection, a messenger, telling you what state of consciousness you are currently occupying. They are you pushed out. The behavior of others towards you is merely a mirror of your own assumptions about them and about yourself. If you assume someone is difficult, they must play that part for you. To change them, you do not confront them in the outer world. You go within. You change your assumption of them. In your imagination, you see them as you wish them to be. You have a loving inner conversation with this idealized version. Persist in this new assumption, and they will either conform to your new vision or drift lovingly out of your world. Here is what accelerates everything. Gratitude, but not the gratitude that comes after you receive. No, that is a simple thank you. The truly creative force is the gratitude you feel before your desire has manifested in the physical world. To feel thankful for something that is not yet visible to the senses is the highest form of faith. It is the feeling of the wish already fulfilled. When you are truly grateful, there is no room for doubt or wanting. Gratitude is the feeling of a reality that already is. Feel the thankfulness for your health, your wealth, your love, as if you have already received it in its fullness. This feeling of profound gratitude aligns your entire being with the state of fulfillment. It is a powerful declaration to the universe that the work is done, and the universe always reflects what is done. With this understanding, you are no longer a slave to your history. You are not the person you were 5 minutes ago. Your past does not define you. Only your present assumption defines you. This is the meaning of being born again. It is not a religious mystery, but a psychological truth. Every moment you can choose to die to your old state of lack and limitation and be reborn into the state of your fulfilled desire. This is a conscious selection. You simply let go of the old man with all his fears and beliefs and assume the identity of the new man, the man you want to be. You are not fixing an old self. You are selecting a new one. This is true freedom. You are not bound by anything but the assumptions you hold in consciousness. You have the power to rewrite your past and choose who you are in this very moment. You understand that others are simply mirrors of your own consciousness. You can use gratitude to seal your new reality and faith. This is the core of personal transformation. But how do you make this a daily living practice? How do you keep your consciousness saturated in this new reality amidst the distractions of the world? The secret lies in your inner speech, the silent conversations you have with yourself all day long. For these conversations are a stream of prayer, constantly shaping your world. And they can be disciplined. They can be commanded. Your inner speech, the silent conversation you have with yourself from morning to night, is the most creative force in your life. It is a ceaseless prayer and it is always answered. What are you whispering to yourself all day? Are you replaying arguments, worrying about the future, complaining about the present? Or are you having loving conversations from the standpoint of your fulfilled desire? The change doesn't happen by chance. It happens by design. You can command this inner world by choosing to consciously repeat specific declarations, specific truths about your new reality. You begin to saturate your mind with the feeling of the wish fulfilled. 9 times a day with feeling and belief, you can declare who you now are. This disciplined inner dialogue is the chisel that shapes your new self. This is not mere positive thinking. It is a deep reprogramming of your subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is the watchman at the gate, but your subconscious mind is the creative power that knows no limits. It does not argue or question. It only accepts as true that which you feel to be true. When you repeat your declarations with the feeling of their reality, you are impressing this truth upon your subconscious. Once an idea is accepted by the subconscious, it has no choice but to objectify it. It will move heaven and earth to bring it forth into your world. This is why feeling is the key. The subconscious is moved only by feeling, not by empty words. Through repetition filled with faith, you convince your deeper self of a new truth, and that truth becomes your reality. So what do you declare? You declare your freedom. You declare your abundance. You declare your love. You say with conviction, I am now the person I desire to be. You feel gratitude, saying, I am so thankful for my desire, which is now a present fact. You revise your day stating, everything this day unfolded in perfect harmony with my highest good. You acknowledge your power. My consciousness is the only reality. These are not affirmations of hope. They are statements of fact from a higher dimension, the dimension of your imagination. You are not trying to convince an outside power. You are reminding the God within you, your I am, of the truth you have chosen. You are selecting your state and announcing it with authority. And the very fact that you are hearing these words now, that this video appeared in your reality, is not an accident. There are no accidents in the world of consciousness. This is part of your bridge of incidents. Your desire impressed upon your subconscious has started to rearrange your world. It is leading you through a series of divinely natural events, encounters, and realizations that will culminate in the fulfillment of your wish. This video showing up for you is a sign. It is a message from your deeper self to your conscious mind, telling you that the process has begun. The shift is already happening. Your wish is on its way to you now because you have called it forth from within. Therefore, know this: your wish is already granted. It exists right now as a fact in your consciousness. Your only work is to remain faithful to this unseen reality. Persist in the feeling that you already are what you want to be. The world you see is a shadow of your former beliefs and it is fading away. A new reflection is preparing to emerge, a reflection of the new state you are now claiming. This is not a miracle you are waiting for. You are the miracle. You are the operant power. The transformation is already complete in the inner world. Now simply walk in that assumption and watch as your world conforms. You are awake. You are no longer the person who started this video. A shift has occurred. Your wish is not in the future. It is a present fact in consciousness, which you have just remembered. So who are you choosing to be? Right now? Let me know in the comments what you felt awaken within you. Subscribe and turn on notifications, because your transformation does not end here. It is an unfolding, and if you are ready to truly live from this power, the next video is waiting. Click on it now and go deeper.